Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, talking about AC/DC. In the news just today that Phil Rudd, founding drummer of AC/DC, is not going to be performing with them at the upcoming Power Trip Festival in Indio, California. Power Trip is a 3-day heavy metal hard rock festival featuring bands like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Tool, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, AC/DC. It's been announced that Mike Laug, L-A-U-G, is going to be filling in on drums for the band. They sent out a tweet today confirming that Cliff Williams is in the band for this show. They sent a clip of the band singing If You Want Blood. Brian Johnson is in the band still. He sounds fantastic. He's over his ear issues, it sounds like, with some modern technology and medicine. And of course, Steve Young, who replaced Malcolm Young, nephews of Angus, is going to be on rhythm guitar. And Angus Young, of course, is on lead guitar. What do I think about Phil Rudd leaving? We don't want our bands to lose members. I don't know if he's having issues. So Phil Rudd is a founding member of the band in 1975. He stayed through the Switch album in '83, at which point he left for the '80s. Simon Wright did a couple albums with the band. Then Chris Slade did the Razor's Edge album. And then Phil Rudd came back in '94. He did have some personal problems and had to leave the band in 2015 and 2016. He came back then in 2018, was on their most recent album, Power Up, which was excellent, by the way. Everybody's sounding good. AC/DC hasn't toured since. They've always been a band that put a record out and toured it. They didn't, of course. The album came out in November of 2020, and then during COVID. So there was no real way of touring at that time. I'm hoping that there's going to be a tour. It sounds like Mike is going to be in the band. Mike's an American drummer. He came to LA in the late 80s, got some gigs, really kind of took a number of years to take off, finally gets a gig with Alanis Morissette on her Jagged Little Pill record. He played on the hit single, You Ought to Know, which really kind of broke him. He then joined Slash's Snake Pit band, which did some touring with AC/DC 25 years ago or 20 years ago. He's played with Alice Cooper. Mike has currently plays with the Dirty Knobs, which is Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers band. I've seen some clips of Mike. He's an awesome drummer. And again, as you age, what goes first? Singers' voices go, and really the drummers break down physically. Phil Rudd's 69 years old. You don't know if his chops are there, if he's having some personal issues again or legal troubles again, if he's just not getting along with the band. I don't know. If you have a 55-year-old drummer who is one of the best in the industry replacing a guy that's aging, maybe we have some new blood in this band and maybe we're ready to rock and take off, because I'm looking forward to seeing AC/DC in 2024. I've already done a show calling a prediction of that tour. It's happening. Check out my channel, subscribe, share my videos, like these videos. Thanks for all the support out there. Mike Laug, we're looking forward to seeing you next year on tour with AC/DC. And of course, if Phil Rudd comes back, that's good too. Peace out. See ya.